Hello again, you're still watching Joy News Prime, and I'm Sandra and I'm up and let's do more business news. The Ghana National Petroleum Corporation, GNPC, has been in the news lately for various reasons. The company has come under serious criticism for failing to comply with statutory reporting deadlines. Earlier this week, the Institute for Fiscal Study, IFS, charged the State Enterprises Corporation to sanction the company for its inability to publish its financial statements and timely release of information on its activities. Today, the company has been reacting, and they claim that the statement actually by the IFS is not fair. Yes, the general manager in charge of sustainability at GNPC, Dr. Kwame Ba Nuako.
Hoping that there's a perception that GNPC is not transparent. My only worry that sometimes such reports, the conclusions, may not match the facts available. So my issue raised was that the report admits that GNPC has reporting requirements to about 18 state organizations, including the People's Representative, the Parliament, the Public Interest and Accountability Committee, which has the statutory mandate to disseminate information on how petroleum revenues are utilized. GNPC provide all the information. PIAC has never said that they've requested information from GNPC and GNPC is not providing that information. To that extent, GNPC can be said to have met its statutory reporting requirements. If all these requirements are met, and one metric, let's say the fact that the report is not on the website, can be used to conclude that GNPC is not being proactive when it comes to transparency. That's where I had a little concern. Statements are also made in reports, suggest, to the extent that GNPC's CSR budget is too large, and I'm saying that's a subjective, conclusion. If the corporation's objects include ensuring that we do all the things that are necessary to ensure that our core objectives are achieved, which includes, obviously, buying our social license to operate. And I keep on saying that if people are worried about the expenditures on corporate social investment, we call it a corporate social investment because it's a business value driver rather than a cost center. If people are worried about the investments GNPC makes in these areas, then they should actually look at the cost of conflict, which is the results of GNPC not taking a proactive approach in doing this. If we are investing in our people, we can decide, we can disagree on the various investment instruments we want to do. The Heritage Fund, for instance, as the report suggested, probably negative real returns. But when I invest in ensuring that people get the needed training, for instance, the scholarships that we've provided, the number of people from our core operational areas whose capacity is being developed to ensure that they also fully participate in the oil and gas industry over time. Because one of the challenges I had when I joined GNPC and I went to meetings within the Western Region Enclave, the people were saying that whenever their children have gone looking for jobs within the oil and gas industry, they are told that they don't have the capacity, so they don't have the right training. And the chiefs and the people kept asking, if we don't have the capacity now, what are you doing to ensure that 10, 15, 20 years from now, our children also have the capacity? And that was where the basis for the local scholarship that we have introduced. If you go to the Western region today, the social investments that we've made so that GNPC is recognized as a true partner of the people, which then allows us the peace and tranquility for us to carry out our operations. And remember, our operations in the Western region or wherever we operate are not going to end today. It's a long-term investment we are making in the people. And so people can decide to measure the value of our investments with a very short-term approach. We are looking at GNPC being there for a long term. It doesn't mean that every year I'm going to spend 43 million building schools and infrastructure. Once I'm able to procure a certain level of commitment for the people, it's not every year that I'm going to make those investments. But when you are starting from a low base, you need to make adequate investments in these areas. If the children are not educated, you don't invest in their school buildings, the equipment, the infrastructure today, and you're saying that you're saving money for them in the future, how are they going to use the money that you have saved?
Let's do other stories now. Telecom services provider MTN says it will not change its pricing structure despite an upgrade to 4G+. According to the company, the upgraded service is to help improve the data quality and speed to customers.
MTN Ghana is the first telecom services provider to offer the 4G plus data services to customers, which began last week. According to the company, it has deployed about 600 sites across the country to ensure that the network is accessible to all its customers. Chief Marketing Officer at MTN, Noel Kojo-Ganson, explains the company has no plan of changing the pricing plan despite the new service.
Earlier on, there's no additional cost to the customer, just because of the fact that we've rolled out 4G+. The data bundles that we have in the market are the same price point, the same megabytes that you're going to get. Probably you're even going to get more of megabytes that you buy on the network, but it will only be determined by the speed at which you're utilizing the MBs that you have. But prices haven't changed, and there's no intention as a business to increase prices now that we've rolled out 4G+.
The Chief Technical Officer, Thomas Motopa, also assured that customers on 4G will be upgraded automatically to a 4G plus network without any challenge.
There is no difference in price. It's all about what you purchased. If you purchased 1 gig, you consume 1 gig, the same way you're consuming it on 2G, 3G, and 4G. Okay, and also whether you need to subscribe to 4G or 4G plus. Once your phone is capable of doing 4G, where if you are in a 4G plus area, it will be able to give you 4G plus. You don't need to do anything. The phone will be able to know that it's sitting within a 4G plus area. And I think cost also is whether it's expensive or cheaper. Like I said before, it's basically what you purchased in terms of megabit. You will consume it the same way on 2G, 3G apart. Except that one technology will be faster than the other.
The company is hoping to roll out about 900 sites throughout the country for the service. Ebenezer Sabute's reports for Joy Business.
Crude oil sold at $67.25 a barrel. The commodity market update is next. Grateful for your time tonight on Business with me, Sandra S. Namakun. You can always get more news on our website, myjoyonline.com/business. Thanks for your time and do have a great evening.